My professor is demanding I expose my cancer to the whole class, so I'm ruining her career by doing exactly what she wants. My biology professor, Ms. Justine, has always been a rules are rules kind of professor. She's refused deadline extensions for students traveling to funerals, keeps us in for the full hour even if she ends 20 minutes early, and has given students a 0 because they used a different font to the one she requested. And last year, when I got diagnosed with melanoma, I experienced her cruelty firsthand. We had an exam coming up worth 20% of our semester's grade, which landed on the same day I had a treatment scheduled. Now, I'm an extremely private person. My parents don't even know I have cancer, so me emailing her to ask if I could sit the exam a different day for urgent personal reasons was a big deal. She told me no at first. Rules are rules, no exceptions. I thought that was fair. She didn't know why. So I responded again this time telling her that the reasons were medical, could not be rescheduled, and hinted at my weight and hair loss. Her response was condescending this time. Students who are actually trying prioritize their academic priorities. I was so offended I didn't even text a reply. I just attached screenshots and a PDF document to prove I wasn't lying, then 2 weeks later missed the exam. I got an email that same day from her. I expected something, but nope. All I got was that my grade was a 0, literally nothing else. My grade dropped from an A to a C, and now my scholarship was in jeopardy. I was in disbelief. I went to the dean's office the next day, and his assistant saw me first. When I told her, she seemed shocked and looked like she took my complaint very seriously. She promised the dean would see it personally, and assured me they take these situations very seriously. I left feeling confident. But then the next morning I walked into class. Ms. Justine stopped mid-sentence when she saw me. You see, my hair had been falling out in clumps, and I'd finally just buzzed it all off the night before. Ms. Justine just stared for a moment, then said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Well, look at Mr. Joseph's fancy new haircut. Very trendy." After class, she cornered me near the door. "I heard you had concerns about me. You know, I really respect your privacy. I'd hate for that to change." The threat was crystal clear. For 3 weeks after that, she made my life hell. She scheduled pop quizzes during typical chemo times and made snide comments about commitment and sacrifice. Then came the event that changed everything. Mandatory virtual faculty panel. All students in the honors program had to attend with cameras on. It was being live-streamed to the college website. Ms. Justine sent out an aggressive email 2 days before. Students must have their cameras on and phones off. I emailed her privately, explaining I had a medical appointment during the panel. Of course, I got no response. This time, however, I also sent a follow-up telling her my camera would be off. Again, I got nothing. The morning of the event, I directly messaged her again 10 minutes before it started. When the panel began, I was at the hospital with my nurse who knew all about Ms. Justine. We had even joked about what would happen if Ms. Justine actually began demanding I turn my camera on. Well, halfway through the dean's opening remarks, Ms. Justine interrupted him. "Excuse me, could we please have all of the students turn their cameras on?" I quickly typed in the group chat that I'd contacted her about a private situation preventing me from turning on my camera. She ignored it completely and called me out by name. "Mr. Joseph, we're waiting for you." I was baffled. She knew I was sitting in the chemo ward with an IV in my arm and monitors beeping around me, and she still insisted. That's when my nurse looked at me and said, "She wants to see you so badly? Show her everything." I laughed about it at first, but then I thought again, smiled,